What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? Got some on my mind. I feel like I wanted to share that with y'all. A lot has been on my mind. A lot is you get to a point that just many things get revealed to you. Once you start to live in the truth and understand the knowledge, more will be revealed to you. And as more revealed to me, you just start coming with revelations and just just thinking about how you got where you got, and what you're doing with your life and everything, and what you had to accept in order to grow, and what your purpose is. And once you understand what your purpose is, you start to live a little bit more free. You start to understand what you must do in this world, and you start to live and move in that purpose a little unapologetically. Not a little, a lot unapologetically. And one of my purposes is being a truth teller and helping other people wake up. So I'm here, today, hoping that my messages will be able to help you out with your daily journeys. This is going to be a good one today. My wife, she's at home, obviously. I'm chilling at the park. I'm here to meditate for like at least 15, 20 minutes a day at the park, and just, deal with nature a little bit, and, just gather my thoughts and understand what I'm doing with my life. And, everybody, if you don't put like at least 5 to 10 minutes aside for yourself every single day just to meditate, or even more, it's going to be very hard to move in the world with much confusion and much distractions. And I'm here to let you guys know today about some things that I was just thinking about when it comes to my community, just people in general when it comes down to it. Because here's the thing, y'all. When it comes down to it, people don't like to swallow pills. When it comes down to it, you ever get like a pill and it's just like too big and it's very hard to swallow. Well, that has a lot to do with life. A lot of y'all don't like to swallow those pills, and the reason why you don't like to swallow those pills is because it makes you feel uncomfortable. I was just, I had a conversation with my wife like at least like 20 minutes ago, and it motivated me to do this video. Sometimes when you have to have some revelations about yourself, it may be so hard and crushing to the very foundation that you were built upon. You don't want to accept it. I realize that a lot of people, when it comes down to certain beliefs and things of that nature, they may believe a certain thing, or may trust in a certain thing, but they will pick and choose what they trust out of that particular belief, because these here make you feel uncomfortable, and these here I can go with because they make me feel good. And that's a problem, because that's how you don't grow. What I've learned in life is the way you grow is through perpetual discomfort. That helps you constantly grow. The moment you become comfortable is the moment you become stagnant. And I think, and I know that through discomfort of oneself and situation, that will cause you to always grow, or to be a punk and just stay stagnant. I was stagnant for a long time in my life. I was a punk, I was a bitch, whatever you want to call me. That's what I look at. If I was able to go back in time and look at myself, I would call myself a bitch. Just like that. Just like that. But I can deal with that truth, because I've come to the terms that just notified. Yeah, you just okay. All right, well, you just got notified. I only been on here for about 3 minutes, so I'm glad you got notified. Glad YouTube is sending out my notifications again. I'm glad they're not coming at me, attacking me no more. So all I can be is grateful. But when it comes down to it, what's up everybody? How y'all feeling? I think my internet, my website just sent out a notification as well. I just programmed to set it out as well, because if YouTube wasn't sending them out, I was going to send them out as well. But we all have programming, right? We all have something that we were taught. We all have a foundation that we were built upon. Would you agree? Okay. So because we have a foundation that we are built upon, we have certain beliefs that when you hear the actual truth, or hear anything that refutes what you believe in, you immediately attack it and reject it, because it doesn't make you feel good. Well, let me tell you a little trick that I did to keep myself growing every single day. I must swallow a pill that I don't want to swallow every day. Not literally, but I must hear something about myself, or hear a truth that conflicted what I once believed in every day, in order to come to terms that I don't know anything and you got to grow. So I got to learn something every day that makes me feel some type of way in order for me to grow. I learned a lot about being in religion. I learned the good stuff and I learned the bad stuff. Being in religion wasn't all bad. So I grew up in church. It wasn't all bad. But as I'm looking back on me growing to church and being religious and understanding the Bible, because I do understand the Bible now, I actually read more of the Bible outside of religion than when I was actually in religion. And I realized there are a lot of things going on that people don't like to deal with. The food, for example. When I got into the food, in the Bible, it says you shouldn't eat certain food. But every time we had some kind of church event, that food inside the church was as in abundance. So I'm like, well, I guess they don't like that part, so they're going to just put that part out. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, when we as a people hear things that make us feel uncomfortable, we reject it because it makes us feel uncomfortable. But it could be the one thing that could help us grow, which is why as a people, many of us don't grow. Now, we're in a time right now of prophecy. We're not in a time of prophets. We're in a time of prophecy. The prophecy that is being written is being fulfilled. Would you agree? Everything is up, everything is down, everything that's left is right, everything that's right is wrong. There's no refuting that we're living in a time of prophecy. Because we're living in a time of prophecy, everything is not real as of what they're pushing. Now, because the Most High has put those in power that are in power, their job is to promote things that are not right. Their job is to program us with things that are not right. But now we're living in a time that a massive amount of people are coming into the truth and the light, and they're waking up, seeing things as what they are. And those people are being demonized because now those people are refuting what we grew up to know. So let's give you an example. Like 10 years, if somebody would have told me what I know today, I would have called them crazy and I would immediately attack them without understanding what exactly they're talking about. But now, knowing the truth, I realize that I will get attacked because I'm trying to wake people up. And nobody likes the alarm clock. Well, I'm the alarm clock. And every single day, I may give y'all pills that you really don't want to swallow. But I'm going to give you a pill that you don't want to swallow backed by logic that you can't refute. And when you try to refute it, you will feel some type of way. But some people will just refute like, fuck it, I don't care. I don't care if it is true. I'm still going to believe this. Because when you believe that, regardless if you know it's true or not, that I say, you are more comfortable living in the lie. Now, the Most High has given you a purpose. Everybody a purpose. The Most High has given you a gift, right? Has given you a gift. The biggest truth that blew my mind. I'll get into that. The biggest truth that blew my mind. I'll give you that. I'll get into that. Okay, I'll talk about that one. And when you don't know what your gift is, you're not held accountable for your gift and your purpose and the truth and the reason why you're here and the way you should live, right? The way you should live, you're not judged just yet because they say ignorance is bliss. So because ignorance is bliss, you don't know what it is that is going on. But here's the thing, people. Once you know the truth, once you see the logic, once you see irrefutable facts and proof about the truth, then you are held accountable for your actions after that point. Because now you are no longer ignorant to the truth. You now choose to not follow the way it ought to be. Let me give you an example. Say if you realize that pharmaceuticals are not made for your human body, and you realize that every cure already existed before the pharmaceutical industry made your supposed cure or your treatment, and you now know this. Because you now know this, you choose not to find a natural cure because to you, it may be harder to find it, it may be tougher to do, it may be much more complicated to figure out, and you must be disciplined in order to achieve your goals, to get truly healed. Now, when it comes down to it, people, when you now take the medication, knowing the truth is outside of the medication and all around you in nature, now your sickness will probably be intensified. And whatever happens after that point is now your fault. Because now you have been delivered, you have been set free, but now you choose not to be free. You are now you're imprisoned mentally, because now you're trying to be set free, your shackles are off, but you chose to snip, put them back on. Like, I'd rather be in these shackles, because out there is much more harder for me to deal with. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap these shackles right back on, put them right on my feet, and put them back on. I'm gonna keep on walking like this, because now you know that the truth that you have been told that to be fact, to have proof behind it, now you choose to reject it. Well, I'm telling you, and I urge you to start swallowing pills every day and use them to literally change your very foundation. And once you change your foundation, you will change your very existence and the way you live and the way you have with a purpose when it comes down to it. I'm telling y'all, females, males, there is things that you don't know or you do know where you will constantly reject because you don't like the way it makes you feel. Let me give you an example. Fellas, your job as a man is to be the provider, the leader, the protector over your family. If you are not doing these things, which the Most High has put into you, you are not a man. Fellas, females, your job as a female is to be the nurturer, the caregiver, and to be under the man, to bring your attributes, not to make it a weakness, females, because so many people say it's a weakness. It's not a fucking weakness to be in your purpose and to bring strength to a relationship. You don't know how important your role in a household is. In this day and time, they want females to be the man, which is why we have so much imbalance. They want males to be the woman, which is why we have so much imbalance. Your role is what your role is. This is what you are in this life. Accept it, deal with it, learn how to live in it. There is strength in both roles. Stop trying to be the man. Stop trying to be the woman if you are not born that way in a household. Females and males, hard pill to swallow. You don't like it. You may dislike this video because I just said that alone. It's okay. I'm trying to help you understand what the role is. What I'm telling you right now. Fellas, you have testosterone more than females for a reason. Fellas, you have more bone structure, bigger muscles for a reason. You are to protect. Your woman is not supposed to fight your battles. Black woman, you are the strongest woman on the earth. Okay? Because you are so strong, if a man that you're with is not fulfilling his role, you will now accept his role because you have so much strength. Yes, you do have a lot of strength. You are very strong, which is why you are where you are, which is why you can raise kids the way you can raise kids. But that is not what you're meant to do. Not by yourself, at least. And I'm not meant to be a single dad, and you're not meant to be a single woman. It's not meant to be that way. But somewhere along the lines, because we have changed the roles, the most single person in the world is the black woman. I wonder why. All right? We're under attack as a people. Not just black, not just white. Everybody out here getting poisoned. It is what it is. We must understand that we must protect ourselves and come together and stop fighting each other. Hard pill to swallow. You want to fight your brother? You want to fight your sister? That's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to come together and have strength amongst each other. That's a hard pill to swallow. I want to compete with her. I want to compete with him. I don't want to see her flourish. I don't want to see him flourish. Meanwhile, when you have that mindset, nobody flourishes. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I'm just keep a buck with you. You know, these things that we may learn, once a one truth is delivered to you and you constantly research truths and the way it will break your very foundation. And what the hardest truth for me to accept, somebody asked me, what is the hardest truth for me to deal with? The hardest truth for me to deal with was the whole religion aspect. The whole religion aspect, and the whole when we used to rule and we used to run this land, and the reason why we're not running this land is because we're being, punished and all that good stuff. To me, that was the hardest truth. And like I said, I'm not here to debate with you. I have my truth, you have your truth. That is what it is. I'm not going to be debating. And no, I don't argue with women. Somebody came in my inbox and DM today and tried to argue with me. I kindly told the lady, she called me a weak man or whatever because she was trying to argue with my DM, and I blocked her. I said, I don't argue with women. I don't argue. A real man does not sit here and go back and forth with no woman. We don't argue with women. A woman can out argue us to death. It's not for us to argue women. If you want to argue women, you argue my wife, but you're not going to argue me. So I don't debate, nor do I argue with women, because as a man, that is not my role. So I will not argue with anybody. I don't debate with anybody, because I have my truth and you have your truth, and as two people believe in what they believe, and they'll never meet in the middle. So I'll give you my truth, and I always say, like I say, I invoke thought. I want to invoke some thought. I don't want to change you. I just want to make you think, and hopefully the things that I make you think about, you'll think about it amongst yourself. You'll research what I'm saying, and hopefully the logic and the facts that I give you, which is irrefutable, will hopefully help you make a decision for yourself. But I'm not here to go back and forth with you and try to prove my point. I just say, listen, if you want to look it up, open a book, go research it, because some of the knowledge that I speak aren't even on the internet. They're in books, and most people nowadays don't like to open up a book and read it, or try to pull a book up on and download it on a PDF. You can literally, download a book on your tablet and read it if you don't want to open an actual book. You can just download it on your tablet when it comes down to it, or your iPad or whatever. But I think that the reason why people will grow is they must swallow pills about themselves a long time ago. I think the first hard pill that I had to swallow is somebody told me I was a narcissist, like maybe 4 years ago. And that was hard to deal with. I was like, shit, let me think about this. And then I took a narcissist test. I said, God damn, I am shit. And you got to swallow these pills about yourself. And then consciously, I knew my truth. And consciously, I had to literally do things and check myself when I was being narcissistic. So you got to swallow truths about yourself every single day in order to grow. And these truths will shake your very foundation. They'll make you feel some type of way, and they'll kind of embarrass you, especially if somebody that you love and respect, or is telling you that, pretty much, about yourself. You don't want to hear it from them. Like, I'll hear it from a complete stranger, but I don't want to hear it from this person, so I can't accept it the same way. Like, if you're in a family and somebody that in your family got bigger than you or has more status than you now, but once upon a time you saw them from a child and you can't really respect their opinion. So if they tell you about yourself, they don't have the same power to change you, but it made you feel some type of way. I ask you to just hear them and think about it. If they're saying things about you, like say if somebody says, well, you're this, you're that, like you're a liar, or you're a cheater, or you're a user, but this person is in your family and you know them personally, so you can't really accept advice from them. Like, say if they're your son or your sister or your brother or your cousin, and like, yo, a long time ago you was in the streets with me or whatever, and now you telling me about myself. Like, I'm not trying to hear that from you. But maybe they're like on a level where they can see what's wrong with you and they're just trying to help you. But because they're trying to help you and they make you feel some type of way about yourself, you totally reject them and you don't listen to nothing they say. I want you to take it in and listen to what they're saying before you totally reject them, because sometimes people can see things in you that you can't see in you just yet, but that thing they see in you could be the one thing that makes you change for the better. And in order to change for the better, you must conquer the lower self in you in order to grow. And certain parts, like lower self in you, is like being able to accept one's truth. To be able to accept one truth is a level of humility where you're going to be able to grow because you humbled yourself to understand, okay, these are my weaknesses. I have to develop my weaknesses so I can make them my strengths. Instead of focusing on your strengths all the time and neglecting your weaknesses. You understand what I'm saying? And it is tough to hear it from people that you know, love, and care about, and it's easier to hear from a stranger. But if somebody close to you telling you the truth about yourself, don't reject them. Just think about it and see if they're right or they're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? That's true. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even read your map. I'm sorry. Somebody said religion should be put on a back burner, and we all came over on a ship from Mother Africa, so we all have that in common. Let's unite and help each other. I mean, I wish we could unite and help each other, but you know, so many of us are so lost, which is why I like to say I focus on you know, one person at a time, because I had came to a revelation that I'm not going to be able to help the masses. I only can help one person at a time. Because I can only help one person at a time, I'm only focusing on one out of the people who are watching this video. And if I get one of y'all, that means I did my job. And if I keep on getting one of y'all every single day, then that one becomes 1,000. That 1,000 becomes 10,000. That 10,000 becomes 100,000. And that's the mindset of me, because I understand how many of us are living in our lower selves, or how many of us are living in this mental, physical imprisonment and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? If you want the name of the books, I can email them to you, and you'll get the name of the books when I get a chance. There's so many emails coming in, you know, when I get a chance. But I always used to ask people on YouTube, days to follow back in the day, for like, what books do you read? What books do you read? And then one person came along and they said, listen, if the Most High wants to reveal this stuff to you, the Most High will reveal it to you. Sometimes people will read a certain book that I read and they weren't ready, and I give it to them and they weren't ready to read it. And back then when the person said this, I'm like, so you just being selfish because you don't want to let me know where you got your information from. But then when I actually came to a point in my life, hold on, sorry y'all. Let me turn the thing up. Okay. Then when I came to a point in my life where I lived it, I realized that is actually true. When you literally look and look for things when you're not ready for it yet, I'm not saying you're not ready, just letting you know how my mindset was when it came to finding the truth, and how it's being revealed to me step by step by step, only when I'm ready. Because certain truths that I'm hearing, like a truth that I heard yesterday that I'm hearing, I wasn't able to take it in the way I was going to take it in 6 months ago, 1 month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 days ago. I was only supposed to hear it yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? So when the Most High is ready to deliver a truth to you, do your research, and before you know it, things will pop up on your YouTube feed that you're like, why is that here? Or people will pop up on your YouTube feed like, how'd you get here on my timeline? Because it was meant for you to take this truth in on this particular day. You're exactly where you need to be at the right time. If you understand that, your time to know the truth doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time before you know the truth, which is why I came out with that shirt. Time doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. All right, so don't be tripping about how long it's going to take for you to find the truth and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Exactly. Truth taken out of season can't be taken incorrectly. When you understand when it's supposed to be delivered to you and when it's delivered to you, you are only able to accept these levels to the truth at this particular time. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have heard it. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have heard it. 1 year ago, I wouldn't have heard it. I hear it now at the right time when I'm ready. So once you start to live in the truth and the light, all the pills will be delivered to you in the right dosage. Take that dosage, swallow them, keep it moving. But what happens when you don't swallow your pills is you'll have to learn the same lesson over and over and over and over again. And once you hear it over and over and over and over again, you'll never learn a lesson, so you have to go through it over and over again. I suggest swallow the pill, accept the truth about yourself, deal with it. Yeah, it sucks you got lied to. Yeah, it sucks this wasn't real. Yeah, it sucks this is not my role. Yeah, it sucks I'm supposed to be doing more. Yeah, it sucks I'm supposed to not accept everything. It sucks. I understand it sucks. But we all have a level of programming. Let me talk to y'all real quick about programming. You understand a virus in a computer, right? If you put a virus in a computer, it will disrupt the computer's programming. Well, let's think about your mind and your mental and your life as it's been programmed. Because everything that you are, everything that you know is truly programmed. And when I come in your world, or somebody like me comes in your world and shakes your very foundation, you look at me as if I'm a virus. So you immediately try to reject and clean out the virus because it disrupts your programming, and your brain is scrambled and you're fried. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? What? Egypt, Kemet, what is that? Like, you know, it disrupts your programming. And you look at me as if I'm a virus. But if you stop looking at me or somebody else to tell you the truth as we are a virus, and start understanding that we are the antidote, and all your life you've been living under the virus, you'll start to grow. But until you look at me or somebody else as the antidote, I will always be the virus to you. Understand? You overstanding me? You overstand. For real. So I hope that this message today helped you out. I hope that you got the point of what I was saying. And I hope that you'll swallow a pill that makes you feel uncomfortable every day. Because if you do that, in 365 days, you'll be 100% better than you were on today. So besides that, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. Check out my videos. Go to my website. Grab some maca. Grab some haritaki. Any questions that you got, just go to my website. You can email me. You can schedule a consultation. The way you can support me, people ask how they can donate. I don't want donations. The way you can support me is just buy my products, and that way you can get something out of it and you can invest in yourself. The way you invest in me is by investing in yourself. So besides that, visit my website, intensityfitnessunited.com. You don't fast. You don't fast, baby. You don't fast. You got to unlock your animal instincts. As you look, I fast, and that's why I'm in good shape. So I want you to fast because it's a great way to heal your brain. It's a great way to heal your body. It's a great way to get in shape. For those who say fasting, you'll lose weight, you'll lose some weight, is a lie. Because if you look at me about a year and some change ago, I had lost some weight when I went vegan. And then I started fasting and started eating when I got knowledge of being vegan, and my weight's back on, and I look great. I think I look good. I think I look pretty good. You got to have confidence in yourself. And I know that I am in great shape because I fast, and I'm in great shape because I eat right. So I hope that y'all eat right. I hope that, you know, you ask me for advice, and if you want to get in great shape, check out my programs and visit my website. Besides that, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. Peace.